Welcome to the Touhou Wheel of Fantasy, a game where pure RNG will decide my fate. This wheel contains every free Touhou game from Steam, along with every paid game I personally own. After the wheel picks a game, I will do my best to complete it and rate it on the fantastic scale of the strongest, from 0 to 9. So without any further delay, let us begin this fantastic game of chance. Welcome to the second spin. Let's get started right away. We have coffee, we have tea, and I have a beer in the fridge. What game is the one we need? Cyrno's Perfect Summer Vacation sounds pretty cool, but without teasing anyone any further, let's spin the wheel and see what kind of gamer game we're playing today. Christmas with Sakuya? Oh yeah. Oh, it's so close to the Fate in Moria, whatever. Oh god. Oh dear, this might be bad. I don't know what this is. And the thing is that it's probably not translated, judging by the name. Arite... me... Oh my god. This is probably a good time to give some context on how I played this game and my Japanese skills. I can understand quite a bit of spoken Japanese, but reading, especially katakana for some reason, is quite difficult. I decided to put my language skills on a bit of a test in this game, and did not use a translator. Let's see how this goes. Game is not translated. I have no clue what to expect. Let's press a new game and see what happens. Oh shit, this seems great. This is what I wanted. That's a pretty good reaction to start with. But let's see how I do with reading the story. Okay. Ah! Itaita! Says Marisa. Na, Reimu. Reimu. Reimu, yes. What is that first? I don't know I know the first kanji, but I don't remember it. Ni. Marisa. Ikose? Ishoni? Ishoni. Alright, let's go together. Reimu, let's go together. Good job, me. Yeah, it's not very pleasant to listen to. So instead of making you listen to this shit, I'll explain the story to you the way I understood it while playing the game. Reimu and Marisa receive an invitation to Komakan for a tea party. I refuse because obviously the game expects me to go, and then I crumble under pressure when Marisa insists that we go. Then Marisa asks you to identify an item she found on the way here. You can identify the item as fire, ice or light magic. I went with water magic. It wasn't actually an option, I just misread the ice kanji as water kanji. After this dialogue I just went exploring the main lobby for a while. In short, it just had the basic RPG elements. Some shops, level up things, character changes, etc. Oh, and Yugi, who can give massages. That's pretty important. Oh, wait, massage? Is that massage? Yes! I think Yugi just gave us a massage. Thank you, Yugi. After that, it was time to head to the first dungeon. Oh. What is this? We got some gems at least. Oh, hell yeah. And here Marisa explains you some basic things like what an enemy or what the chest is. So basically just useless tutorial stuff. And here we arrive at our first fight. I'll just let you see the fight and explain you the mechanics a little bit later in detail. Sraimu. Ah! Item! Skill. That one. Go! Nothing happened. Okay, cool. Use skill. We don't have skill. Use that. That. Punch the slime. Holy shit, good job, Reimu. To be fair, there really isn't much to explain, but I'll just give you a real quick overview. Attack, skill, item, defense. I'm not gonna give you a useless tutorial about them like the game did about chests and enemies, because I'm sure you can all figure out what they are. Let's hop on to the next fight immediately and I'll show you another mechanic of the game. This is the weather effect. During a certain weather, some skill elements gain power and some lose it. For example, during this windy weather, grass element is more powerful and fire element is less powerful. I didn't realize this mechanic until later on, and even then I didn't really end up using it. And so we breezed on without really understanding mechanics, all the way until the first boss, Rumia. There you go. And she went down just as easy as everything else so far. After Rumia was, you guessed it, Daiosei, and not a problem. If at this point you don't know who's coming next, you gotta play some more Touhou, my guy. Anyway, it was Chirno time. Yatta. That's not Tabe at least. I'm dumb. She's gonna perfect freeze right away. And we don't get full health. Oh good lord! No, she can't do that. No. She has 999 HP, the fuck am I gonna do against that? Oh my god. I guess the outcome was quite obvious. After that miserable performance, I went around the lobby a little bit finding some upgrades for my characters. I honestly didn't upgrade my characters by much. I just gave them a few abilities I had found on the way, and used a few items that boosted my health, and the little bit of levels I gained on the way to Chirno. But this time around Chirno just decided to be way more gentle with us. I am going to freeze you. Get the taste of your own medicine. Hell yeah. After this fight, I finally realized two very important things. First of all, I found out where you can get more characters to your party. And two, the way you obtain more characters and items is through gacha. I'm not a big gacha enjoyer, but getting characters from the gacha was reasonable because they were pretty cheap. The abilities from gacha was bad though. Building out any kind of cohesive team was really difficult because there were dozens of items, and you obviously can't really get the right ones through gacha unless you spam it for an hour. This actually didn't turn out to be too much of a problem though, because for the longest time the game was actually really easy. The last thing I found was this achievement room, but don't worry, we'll be back here later. Anyway, for now, let's just continue through the levels. Unfortunately, there isn't really much to show from the fights because they were all pretty easy. I'll show you one of the battles, but this is basically how all the normal battles went. Ow, why didn't I expect that? There was no Guardian. Were we fighting against Pokemon or something? What are those? Alright, Marisa, you use some item because otherwise you're kinda useless. HP, MP, that's wheat. Give Letty some wheat. And now Letty can do Burisado. Oh god, weed really made the blizzard stronger. Wait, who are you? Nue, I haven't even had a turn with Nue yet. Nue, that's lame. Come on, man. That was a single target spell. Oh yeah, Remy. Go! I guess Marisa is just the mental support. Marisa is my wheat feeder. Remy was pretty strong, so give her some wheat as a reward. And there you have it. The boss fights were a little bit more exciting, but with some leveling, they weren't really a problem either. Therefore, I'll do a bonk speedrun until we get to some good shit. Oh no, Muku, Muku, Muku. Ouch! Oh, Marisa! Oh, that dealt some damage. And that also dealt some damage as a revenge. Bonk. There we go! And so we arrived to the final battle. Shockingly enough, I was able to translate quite a bit of this conversation. Turns out there is no tea party, and the letter wasn't sent by Remy at all. And then Marisa gets angry and we fight Remy. Your typical Touhou shit. And how was the fight? Way too easy, once again. Or well, so I thought. But apparently I just had really good RNG on the first try. No, to be fair. I can still do this. Okay, well, I'm dead. Yeah. Figured. And the same kept repeating over and over again. Remy lives! I don't think she'll live for long. The real one versus... oh no. Well, whatever. Bonk. But... oh, she... what? It does not matter. Okay, don't do the super attack now, yeah? Okay, never mind. Do the super attack, I guess. Yeah. Yep. At this point, I was forced to go back to the drawing board. But honestly, all I decided to do was add some random abilities to my characters and see how shit goes. Then, well, here's the result. She's gonna do the mecha ability next, so we just need to finish her off now, so we're gonna go for nothing but full DPS. Oh no, it's your chance! Yes! Good job, Nue! She didn't do the ability, so we won. Good. And so we've reached the end of the story. And because we came all the way here, Remy still decided to hold a tea party. Oh damn. The banquet was real. Oh my god, there's so many characters. This is where I thought the game would end, because, well, it was a free game from Steam, so I wasn't expecting anything too long. Well, I was pretty wrong about that one, because there is still flan. Let's see how that goes. The more flan rate, the better, don't worry about it, flan. Oh god. That's a start. What is that HP? You can probably guess the outcome of this fight. But at this point I really felt like I don't want to grind forever just to kill one overpowered boss. So I called it quits. Until something happened while I was editing the video. I was just recording a little bit of footage and then noticed this thing on top of the stairs. This lever turns on the hard mode. And the hard mode has 6 more, longer and more difficult stages. Essentially this means that I've only been playing on so far, and I cannot let that fly. So I was nowhere near close to being done. The key difference on these stages was that they were longer and harder, but honestly most of the fights were still just as easy as they used to be after leveling up your characters a little bit. There were a few exceptions though. However, the difficulty of these fights felt more like balancing issues than real difficulty. And from what little I understood, the story certainly took a little bit of a weird turn. Rumia.exe delete shimashita. What the fuck? Wait. No. Wait. No. I didn't want to delete Rumia. That's not what I meant to do. And from this point on, every boss you defeat was deleted. I wasn't quite sure what to think about that, and also not good enough at Japanese to translate the story any further. So, I mentioned the balancing issues of the fights earlier. Let me show you some of the weirder ones. Also, at this point I'm completely maxed out on my character levels. Most enemies on every stage are just completely squishy, but some random enemies are just insane. Like this dog, for example. What the fuck is that? What am I supposed to do against that? I'm a maxed out character. Then there was this fight that just made me restart over and over and over again. All of my characters are either asleep or not even getting any turns. it basically just goes on until the enemies finally feel like finishing all my characters off. And finally, I'm going to showcase the battle that took me the most time in the whole run. Prepare for the worst. Yeah, it's literally just Sakuya with a machine gun. Why does she have a machine gun? Why does she hate Flandre? What? I have so many questions. Jesus Christ, chill. It took Sakuya one turn to wipe out my whole party. But I figured maybe I just got really unlucky. So I tried again. Yeah. 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 And again. It is just not working. Yeah. And again. I say. And 3 people dead. 4 people dead. 5 people dead. 1 turn. This fight was not going anywhere. And honestly, I was pretty close to giving up already. Until I found about 2 major things I'd missed all the way until this. Number 1. You can turn off the gacha in the shop. You can actually just buy the items you want and make builds. I don't think I would have managed without this realization, because this fight is simply impossible without a good build. And 2, I could just save scum and skip the 10-minute walk back to Sakuya. Meaning I could make a save right next to Sakuya and just keep trying the fight over and over again. So I cooked up a few good plans on how I would take her on. The plan number 1 was the ultimate defense. I made all my characters into tanks who could heal and kept Flandre as a glass cannon. The other characters could tank for Flandre and Flandre could be the main DPS. I'm sure this will work. Just never let this turn. Yeah, no, we can't tank anything, I guess. Flandre is dead. She's not. She is. It's pretty hopeless. He just has turn after turn after turn. But yeah, no. Sakuya still overshoots everyone's HP like I didn't even add any defense. Plan number 2. The ultimate strength. This time around I bought everyone Flandre's double melee attack and just increased their melee strength to oblivion. And then I tried Sakuya over and over again. Point in trying again. This is so many turns! Kill everyone, don't kill everyone. Don't, please, please, please! No! What is that? How many do you get? The 3 get an attack, but they don't. No. Oh man. I'll just start it. Until finally, this happened. I just need some RNG that she uses useless attacks. That's good. She does 2 here. That's really bad. I don't know if I should even continue, to be honest, because getting 2 characters muted here is gonna be like a lot of lost DPS. I think I should still go on. At least Flandre survived. She's the best DPS, so. And 1 melee attack from those guys is actually still okay. And if I actually get a turn, I'm probably going to overshoot her HP by quite a bit, so it's probably okay. Now she's gonna do like 10 attacks. Okay. Now it's Reimu's turn and she's gonna do another 10 attacks, and then... yeah. But everyone's full HP. All Reimu can do is a little bit of damage and hope for the best. Is that the... whoa, where... don't say anything. Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, good job, Flan! Oh my god, I did it. Holy shit. She's dead. Delete that Sakuya.exe for me, please. Bye-bye. After this fight, Remilia was no problem at all. She went down basically without a fight. So, all we had left to do was to go finish up that Flandre fight we couldn't do earlier. Yeah. Okay. Once again, an easy fight after doing the extra stages. And that's it. That's the game complete. Except for one thing. Do you remember the achievement room I mentioned in the beginning of the video? It's full of really time-consuming achievements, such as collect all items, play the game for a certain amount of time, defeat all monsters the game has, but most notably, level every character to 99. Now, obviously, this was all going to be way too time-consuming, so there was no way I would go for them. What? But Reimu, that's going to take hours upon hours of mindless grinding and... Jesus Christ, Reimu, calm down, I'll do it. And so, I went to delete diosay.exe and chirno.exe dozens and dozens of times. Until finally, I had leveled every character up to the maximum level. And so the time finally came to open every single chest in the treasure room. And I had to look through this congratulations screen after opening every major chest, so at least like 30 times. Even after leveling up all the characters, I still had to do some minor grinds. However, even after those, there were still a few tasks I simply couldn't find a way to do. Namely, unlock Moko and level her up. I have no clue how to unlock Moko. Defeat the red dragon. I cannot find this thing, I looked for over an hour and I have no clue where it is. And complete the encyclopedias, 4 items and monsters. Once again, no clue how to get those. They're probably in the same place as Moko and the dragon, but even after searching everywhere for the information, I couldn't find a single hint on how to unlock either of those two. So if anyone knows how to find Moko and the final dragon boss, please tell me. I really want to complete this game fully. I've gone too far to stop now. And at long last, we have arrived to the judgment of the game. How will I rate this game on the scale of the strongest? It's okay, you should try it. Out of 9. Just probably don't go for the full completion like I did. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you all when it's time for another spin of the Wheel of Fantasy.